Thank you so much, Congressman. It is an honor to be here tonight on the anniversary, the 39th year of the Roe versus Wade court decision. And today it was so encouraging to see the hundreds of thousands of people from all across this country come here to march and to commemorate this deadline, this decision, and to celebrate life and to pray for the day when all life is valued in this country. It was cold, about 36 degrees here, and it was rainy, but people stood for hours out in the rain, not minding, because they believe in life. And people may say, well, why are the people doing this, and why are you pro-life? And I just like to summarize it, Mr. Speaker, in that basically it's because it's a child, not a choice. We see those bumper stickers around and we don't think about them very much, but those words and that reality certainly has meaning for me, and because words matter. I was in 6th grade when the Roe versus Wade decision came down, and I remember hearing a little bit about it but not thinking too much about it. I was just busy being a 12-year-old kid. But I remember one day in the hallway at school, and when a girl stopped me and said something about, well, what do you think about abortion? What do you think? And I said, well, I don't know. And she said, well, do you think a woman should have a right to do with her body whatever she wants, and the government shouldn't tell her what to do? And I said, well, yeah. And she said, well, you're pro-choice. And I said, oh, well, okay. And I didn't feel quite right about it, but I didn't have much information. I didn't have much facts. I didn't know. So I remember in the future somebody asked me whether I was pro-choice, and I said, yeah. But then something happened. I got some facts. I got some information. It was in high school, a child development class. And all of a sudden, I got to see for the first time pictures of a developing baby. And let me show one to you now. This is one of the pictures that I saw, and this is of a 2-month-old baby. And I looked at all of these pictures, and I'd heard the information, and I realized that abortion is taking this life, and it's a life. It is a child. It is not a choice. Here's some facts that I learned. Is that at the day 22, that's just over 3 weeks, when most girls don't even know they're pregnant yet, the heart begins to beat. Okay? By the end of the 3rd week, the child's backbone, spinal column, and nervous system are forming. By week 6, brain waves are detectable. Fingernails are forming. Week 7, eyelids and toes form. The nose is distinct, and the baby is kicking and swimming. By the end of the 2nd month, which is how old this baby is here, every organ is in place, bones begin to replace cartilage, fingerprints begin to form, and the baby begins to hear. By week 9 and 10, the baby can turn his head and frown, and the baby can hiccup. By weeks 10 and 11, the baby can breathe amniotic fluid, and it can grasp objects in its hand. Perhaps you've seen that famous picture of that surgery on that unborn baby and how that hand came out and grasped the doctor's finger. Week 12, into the 3rd month, the baby has all the parts necessary to experience pain, like my colleague talked about. Its vocal cords are complete, and the baby can suck its thumb. Some facts that I also learned is, for instance, in 2008, there was 1.21 million abortions done, and of those, 92% of those abortions were done during the first 3 months of life. So what that means is that there's abortions, and it would average out to about 138 an hour, I figured up, 2 for the minute that I'm talking here, where abortions are taking place on babies that can hear, that have a beating heart, that's brain waves is going, and that has vocal cords. That it is about a child. This is not about a choice. And I commend all the people who came here today to Washington to speak out on behalf of life. And with them, I celebrate and look forward to the day when all Americans are granted the right to life, whether they're born or unborn. So thank you, Mr. Speaker, for having this today.